Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of James Plays Final Fantasy II so you don't have to. Last time when we were playing, we found the Dreadnought, giant flying fortress of the Empire. We took our Starfire, ran around, saved Hilda and Sid, who had been taken captive. And we blew it up, but not after almost dying a lot because of shitty encounters. So now, Gordon has left our party. He's actually been appointed head of the Resistance, and we're headed to Deist, or Deist, or something like that, where apparently it is the homeland of the Dragoons. Dragoons are going to be reoccurring characters, not necessarily, I guess, race, but society of people that interact with dragons. They almost always have very stylistic armor, wield spears. A little bit later on there in the series, they're going to also hold a very unique jump command, which we probably won't see in this game, but will show up in later games. So we found a pirate, maybe? Or just some sort of sailor that's going to take us to Deist now. You know, oh, maybe we're going to talk about it now. Oh, okay. I guess she is a pirate. We don't really have any loot. Oh. And now we're fighting pirates. This is, oh god. Those, ew, gross. Do not like those sprites at all. Not one bit. Okay, so this is pretty familiar, right? You guys remember our friend the pirate battle from the first Final Fantasy? This looks like it won't be too bad either. Oh god. Perhaps this is supposed to be like a joke battle. I can't tell if that actually poisoned anyone, but... Oh, this is a good trend. So I got the Berserk spell last time. Traditionally, in the Final Fantasy series, Berserk increases your attack power at the cost of not being able to actually input your commands. You just it increases your attack power and effectively gives you haste at the cost of well, it didn't even work, so I guess it doesn't matter. At the cost of not being able to input commands, you just default to attack. I'm going to try that again. I don't know, in the spell description in this game, it says increases attack temporarily, so I don't know if the other effects of it are present. But it can be strategically used on your own characters, essentially. If you have like a fighter character that doesn't really do anything other than just like attack all the time. You can also use it as kind of a sneaky way to stop casters from casting, especially because casting enemies usually have a pretty low physical attack stat. I didn't actually get it to go off in this battle, so who knows about that. But yeah, fuck you, pirates. What? We just wanted a ride to Deist, though. We're not actually trying to kill anybody. Yeah, totally, let's do that. Sure. Sweet. Alright, cool. Oh, and we're getting another guest character. That's fun. She does have a portrait. I'm guessing that most every character with a portrait is going to be a guest character for us at some point. Oh! Oh my gosh! I have a boat that I can control now. Oh, that's so exciting. Except I have no fucking clue where Deist is. Deist? Deist. I don't know how to spell it. But let's look at Leela for a second. Layla? Layla. She likes bows and daggers and long swords, or daggers and swords. Kind of skilled in bows. She can cast thunder, but she's not particularly good at it. Okay. Well, off the bat, I can probably give you a better... Maybe not. It's strange that she has that weird little... I can definitely give you a mithril sword. That is going to be better than your regular sword. Some cool equipment. I'll give you some arm stuff. I think, well, I'd have to turn around and go back. But, so I guess, oh, wait, what's that thing down there in the, it's not marked on the map. So I have a couple of ideas on where it could be. I'm going to see if I can maybe go south, then around that, around this little doodly-doo, and then down to where this square is. Maybe that's where East is. Let's see. And in this game, we'll notice, of course, that I can disembark anywhere, not just... Oh, shit. This is that thing that was happening before where I'm running into way too hard enemies. I can disembark anywhere, not just places with ports, which, of course, was the case with Final Fantasy 1. But ship, that's an important thing. As we know from our last game, gaining a vehicle is a pretty big step in your progress through a game. So we had the canoe before with Minwu. Now we have... Oh, and actually, I guess before that, with... Oh, these guys look scary. With... God, what was his name? The bald guy. He gave us the snow speeder. So that would be second... oh, Jesus. Second vehicle. So we'll probably... The last two vehicles that we'll get, this one being one of them, the last one, I imagine, is going to be Sid's airship. That seems to make sense. These guys are beefy. And take thunder damage for... Oh! Ha! I bet that's... I mean, I guess it makes sense thematically. If you're a pirate, you'd be fighting lots of monsters that were in the sea. And they would be weak to thunder damage, so I guess that's why that is the thing she has. I'll buy that. That's believable. Let's look at our bestiary. So we've got killer fish. Weak to lightning, of course. Resistant to fire and poison. We've got pirates, which... yeah, have a pretty laughable amount of defense. And hardly any HP. Good for dropping gil, though. Potentially, we could have gotten a lot of gil out of that battle. But just like, look in comparison, 40 defense, 300 HP. Also weak to lightning. I'm guessing, from what it looks like, resistances for sea creatures, fire and poison, as sort of a default. Which kind of makes sense, I suppose. Like, if you're in the water... Oh. That's interesting. It looks like you don't take poison damage while you're in the water. It's only when you take steps. This is a tropical island. I'm going to save here, just in case this is absolutely the wrong area for me to go. No idea. Stunner and were-rats, so those are all enemies that are right within our area. Do you not... wonder if 2 daggers is her optimal equip. What if I gave you this mithril sword and then a long sword? Wonder if she would end up doing... What? What? My inventory is full. Oh, it must mean... Oh, shit. It must mean that I have full of whatever it is, which is... must be antidotes. I have no idea if this is where I'm supposed to be going, but, oh. Dual heads. And dual deads. But you feel really good about your naming conventions now. What? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Pretty beefy, though. I will say that. I am going to run away from this. God damn it. Didn't get any actual potions. That's funny. I don't know. It's hard to... Oh. Okay. Whoa. Getting multiple attacks off with each hand. That's cool. I wonder if this is a weird thing where they're weak against the color that they are. I guess we'll see. So thunder does a lot of damage. You really can't get any attack with that. Fire does enough damage to kill them at least. They're not themselves don't seem to be very threatening though. Got a high potion, so that's, I mean, item level wise, that's right within the right realm. The yellow jelly really doesn't drop much. Weakness against ice and fire. Red moose. Weakness to lightning. Huh. Okay. Tempted to look this up because, like, I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird to be here. I think I'm just gonna protect everyone. Oh god, you're almost out of magic. That's not good. God, she almost dies in one hit. And does next to no damage. And she's dead now. Everyone but Furia. Nice. There must be a secret to beating them. I mean, they're still ridiculously powerful, but... Oh, that's a new animation. And that's doing damage now. Maybe only because it was a critical hit. Fire? Maybe? No? It's him. So maybe the trick is using magic attacks? Ooh. I wonder if that's the trend that they're trying to shoot for. Okay. Let's look and see. Is it that they're weak against the color that they are? Yeah. Odd. That's, I mean, intuitively I would think that would be almost exactly the opposite. Let's I do have a couple of Phoenix Downs that I can spare. Actually gonna leave really quick and cottage, I think. Oh god, and I just wasted that because I didn't feel it. God damn it. I should have actually tried to run. That's so I might actually want to invest in giving her some fire magics, since it seems, or at least rounding out her casting ability to include all of the elemental spells. This is really going to suck up my MP though. That's kind of sucky. I mean, I guess that. Fuck. Poison Toad. Well, at least you're not too threatening. You really just don't do attack, do you? Is it? Oh, I can't even cast fire spells anymore, so it's fucking bad. Takes magic damage like a pro, though. Okay, so I'm gonna cottage outside here, I think. And then head back in. I'd be really pretty disappointed if this is just like a secondary area, or like a optional area that I'm going through. That would be kind of annoying to me. Wish I had some better weapons to give her, but and like, I don't know why she isn't doing very much damage either. Look at her strength versus his strength versus his strength. So she should be doing slightly more damage than Furion, at least. Obviously, he's doing the most damage right now. Okay. I'm going to secondary save since I just used that cottage, and then head back in. I mean, obviously this doesn't look like the way to Deast, but stranger things happen. That was laughably ineffective. Although these guys actually don't really do much of anything, so as silly as it might seem, since I can just kind of speed... Oh, they poison. That's really not even a big impediment. I'm actually better off just fast-forwarding through the battle, since I'm not wasting my magic that way. And since my spells have a pretty... Spider Silk. Hefty cost now that they're a little bit higher level. Oh, okay. I'll wanna conserve my magic use to when I'm fighting these motherfuckers. I actually need it. But Battle Axe, that's like old as heck, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I apologize in advance because these are going to get really boring, but it'll actually be kind of a good growth. Oh, I should be having. I wonder if I should be having Layla level her. That's not going to do anything. If I should. Layla, have her work on her fire magic. Nah, I don't know. She'll be I mean, if I come up across a boss in here, which doesn't seem terribly out of the likelihood possible, since this is a dungeon. Jesus, this is awful. It'll be good for... Oh, nice. It'll be good for her to have MP left over to use for thunder if I absolutely have to. And with her doing repeated attacks, she'll level her attack skill really quickly, which will make her better with swords, which in turn probably makes her better at attacking, probably raises her strength. See, this cave is just all treasure chests, which, oh fuck, it makes me think that it's optional. That's why I'm distinctly getting that impression. Actually, probably during these battles, I should just have her defend. So, Maria can just fucking blow them out of the water. This is such a strange place. I don't get it at all. Sleep grass. That must be like the spider silk. Sleep grass? There it is. Yeah. It's odd to me that they decided not to like include key items area in this remake, even though like it totally would have been easy, and there's not really a functional reason for having the key items just be in your inventory like normal items, unless they, I mean, maybe the like dialogue box interactions with key items, they thought that would have to be like reworked. Although I don't know, it's possible that there might be some like hidden interactions with normal items, which is why you would want access to the full inventory. But you'd think that like if the only time you're ever going to be showing items to people is if they're the special key items, like you could just have it call the key item section menu instead of like going to the whole inventory. I don't know. I'm not going out of my way to like really explore this whole area because, like I said, I'm not entirely convinced that I'm even supposed to be here in the first place. So if it does end up being the place that I'm supposed to be, then I suppose that's lucky for me. But oh, let's take a look at the poison toad really quick. That was a new guy. So he actually drops a whole buttload of stuff, which is pretty cool. And he's weak to ice, which actually completely contradicts my theory about weaknesses to the color that they are, which is really unfortunate because, like, what the fuck? Oh, hello? Where, what? Looky. Listen, buddy, your face looks weird. Why aren't you wearing masks? Okay, well, this is particularly bizarre. Key. Are they bat people? Oh. You are a... Well, obviously I'm supposed to find the black mask. That, I mean, why would they even mention it if it wasn't supposed to be something that I find? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, first of all, for no reason that I can tell, everybody can wear a Ruby Cuirass except for Furion. Maybe he's the only one that it doesn't. Oh, it must be that it's not better than the gold one? Yeah, okay. So I guess that, I mean, that makes sense. Sure, I'll take that. It's really a shame that I was a dum-dum and nobody specialized in axes, because I haven't found a new weapon in a very long time. And both of these would be useful. I feel like they're selling this to me because I still think I'm going to need it. I also am a little bit odded out by the fact that there isn't an inn here. Which, I mean, like, if you're going to have a challenge run, like, I mean, I guess there's an item shop, which is roughly the same thing, but I mean, an inn is obviously much more useful than an item shop any day. I'm going to buy some extra potions. I'm going to get some extra ethers. And bye-bye money. Just because that will help. And I am going to drop another save here, another secondary save. I don't know what I'm going to do with a black mask, but I sure as hell am going to find it. And it's a... Now, they weren't allowing me to learn the term, but it was a green outlined thing, which means that it's at least important. See, if they had an inn, that would, I mean, it would just be nice, you know, like, you could choose to go and find the black mask, which is obviously what the game wants you to do. Ooh, a wild horn. Let's get our wild horn. Pretty defensive. Good amount of HP. No resistances or weaknesses. Magic defense is pretty high too, actually. So, yeah. Oh, now there's a whole bunch of them. It's too bad I don't have a cure spell that I can give her. Okay, so there must be another staircase around here that lets me, what the fuck, go, would it be down and not up? Oh, it's that one over there, I bet. Hopefully at least that, those Ruby Cuirasses, will allow me to hold my own against, against those guys when they start dealing the damage. I'm gonna want to go over to my right. See if I can't grab that staircase going down instead. Oh yeah. Still doing little to no damage. But why is that? I wish I knew how this game worked a lot better than I did. Oh, wait a minute. She's not... Okay, she's not in the back row. Her portrait is just kind of funny. It actually is the only portrait, I guess, technically with a background, because it's big enough to fill up her whole square. Which means absolutely nothing, but is interesting. Scourge Tome. Because if she could, like, meet out... Where's her... See, her strength is going up pretty fast. Oh! It's fucking... Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that. It says if they're right or left-handed. She's left-handed. That's so weird. Why is that a thing? Okay, so hold a mithril sword in one hand, and a long sword in your other hand. That's so funny. I never noticed that before. I would have never noticed that. Poor Furion burned through his magic pretty quickly. It's a good thing I have all these freaking antidotes. Jesus. Knew that was going to be a good thing. They're weak against Blizzard, I remember. This is actually accidentally going to be really beneficial for my characters, because they're going to work on their physical stats a lot in this area. Which is going to be pretty beneficial, I think, in the long run. I mean, obviously, Furion isn't really racking up the physical attack right now, but he still, I mean, from repeated physical attacks, he will get that growth eventually, I think. Sword, shield, sword, strength. Womp womp. Like, I need a reminder. God, his health is actually kind of out of control right now. It's better than Guy's is, which is strange and impressive. Maybe it's because for some reason they seem to like target him first instead of anyone else. Maybe because he's at the top of the party. I don't know if that's a thing. Looked like that hit did 1,000 damage. That's phenomenal. Garlic. So I'm getting a lot of attack items, which is interesting. Just wait, this is going to be a completely optional dungeon that I just, like, wasted. Well, we're probably over the half-an-hour mark on at this point. Excuse me. Final Fantasy II. Everybody. I think I'm going to save again. Just to be safe. Actually, if I was smart, I mean, like, obviously I'm not going to get him higher than 10 in this time, but if I was smart, I would have, like, grabbed one of the, either the axe or the the spear and just had him work on it as we were going through this area, because Lord knows he gets in enough attacks while he's, you know, doing, like one of these battles, for instance, perfect for it. Their weapon proficiencies have been going up pretty steadily. I don't know if you've noticed, but, like, yeah, pretty intense. That one goes up. That one goes up. I want to be going down. Weird Mask people said that it was on the bottom of the floor, so I would guess that going down is the way that I want to head. You know, I suppose what I could do, I mean, it's not like he's doing any damage anyway. Why don't you, just for fun, just to see how it works out, and I can always switch back before I run into a boss, just grab a couple of axes, and pound away on people. We'll see how quickly we can get your axe proficiency up. Because that was actually kind of probably a poor move on my part, but not working on the axe proficiency. Now that looks like damage floor up there. He didn't even hit. Yeah, see, just in one battle, he's already more proficient. Oh. It's just purple water, I guess. That's kind of weird, but okay. Now we're gonna overwrite the save again. Now I can always teleport out of here if things get really hairy, but... Oh. I'm guessing this is the boss? Alright, well, let's see how this goes. I guess you can have your knives back, or daggers. Guard mask! Yes, it certainly does seem that way. They're just bighorns? Didn't I already fight these guys? Okay, so we'll do protect on everyone. We'll just cycle through our elements and see how they do. Well, that certainly didn't do much damage, but, well, maybe did that guy. Boy, they like attacking Furion. That wasn't particularly strong. She's not really a caster anyway, so... That was definitely a little bit better. This battle seems like it'll be pretty manageable. Maybe throw Berserk on the guy and see if we can make that happen. So that was Thunder. That did about 200 damage. I would almost guarantee that it's more than I could do with a physical attack, that's for sure. How? How did he do more damage now that I have Protect on? That doesn't even make sense. I get 50 out of that. Fire does about the same, so probably not weak to fire. Still can't Berserk him. I don't remember if he gets a better result out of Cure than like a high potion. It might be what I want to do is just have all of my units defend except for Layla and Maria and just have them throw spells at these guys until they die. And then I can have Furion. Okay, so probably a little bit better than I can get out of a high potion. I could have Furion just heal as needed. That was more, but since the randomized damage, I don't know if that's going to be a consistent thing. I guess we can see with this next round of attacks. Yeah, I don't know. It seems generally more powerful, but again, it's hard to say for certain. Oh, I could try using the drums floor or whatever. Gaia drum. Next turn, though, I should make sure she's healed. Just because reapplying status buffs on single characters is kind of a pain. I wonder if there's variable for item result, too, like it's governed by a certain stat. That would be kind of a bother. See, now that time, it did, like, lower damage than all of the other times. I don't know. It's a mystery. Okay, let's try out this Gaia drum and see how that does. They were selling it in Maskland, so kind of makes me... Earthquake X. Makes me... oh. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. Although probably better than any of my attack all spells that I could cast like by myself. You know, cure everyone again. Keep doing this thing. Well, I'm sorry to say that this battle isn't very interesting to watch, but at the very least it should go pretty quickly. So I don't really think much of this battle music, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, so there's that one gone. But whatever. It's probably safe to have everyone attack now that I'm just down to one. That'll build up, I don't know, a little bit of damage over time. Oh god, he's definitely gonna have to heal this. Good thing you're dead! No, not yet. Okay. Grab a high potion. Somehow Guy still attacks first. I would think that Furion would have the highest agility, but who knows how turn order works. Yay! MP and HP up, that's... Ooh, wow. Almost all of his stats across the board, that's nice. Cool. So now I have a black mask. God knows what I do with it, but... There's a teleport. Oh, the other one were wild horns. I'm sorry. I'm actually gonna, just in case it pops me out of here, kind of want to go back up there and it does. I think I'm going to pause really quick. I know this episode ended up being a little bit long. You know what I'm going to do? I'll just cut the episode there, and then I will get up to the Mask Village, and that's where we'll start next time. I'm sorry that we ended up not actually doing anything story-related this time. I just saw this tropical island, and I was like, maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. Turns out, maybe not, but maybe I, you know, circumvented another story plot that will make progressing a little bit easier later on in the game. Who knows? But either way, I will see you back here next time, and we'll do it all again. All right. Bye.